Not one, not two, not three, not four, five, no, not six, not seven. 8 wins in a row for the Los Angeles Lakers. That is right. They are on a current 8 game winning streak, and they defeated the Miami Heat 134 to 126 on a second night of a back to back. Remember, they arrived late in Miami. Everyone, including myself, was calling this a scheduled loss. And then guess what? They come out here, they come prepared, they come ready to play, and it is just showing what this Lakers team can do for the rest of this regular season. Now, hopefully, this is sustainable heading into the playoffs. But first thing is first, let's just understand that this team is peaking at the right time and they're playing beautiful basketball. So we got to get into that. And then, of course, on the second half, Lakers still got three, excuse me, I'll give it two because we're not going to count the Indiana Pacers. However, they still got to take care of business. They got two more tough opponents. They got the Orlando Magic, and then they got the Detroit Pistons, who will be without Cade Cunningham. So we got a little bit of that. And, of course, a couple of things in regards to the trio and how they are just able to continue to play well with each other on the basketball court. But let's slow down because you know what we have to do at this time. We have to talk about Pachanga Resort Casino, and you can play a perfect combination at Pachanga Resort Casino, the official Native American resort and casino of the Los Angeles Lakers. Skip the traffic. Head on over to Pachanga Resort Casino just off the I-15 in Temecula. Visit pachanga.com or call 888 Pachanga for reservations and for more information. So, once again, a game against the Miami Heat. After the Lakers had that performance against the Houston Rockets, beating the Houston Rockets twice in Houston, solid two wins against a Houston Rockets team who Lakers could potentially match up with in the Western Conference playoffs for the first round. So they take care of business like we expect, not expected, but like we hope the Lakers can do against the Houston Rockets. And they did. So then going into last night's game against the Miami Heat, knowing that it's the second night of a back to back, knowing that LeBron James at the age of 41, and he normally tends to sit out on a second night of back to backs, Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves, knowing how they exerted every single ounce of their energy in that Houston Rockets game, flying in late to Miami, we had that expectation like, you know what? If they do play good, we're not going to expect them to come out there with full amount of energy, just knowing how late they arrived, how little of sleep they've gotten, all those different types of stuff that can go into how they play against the Miami Heat. So we get that notification that, oh no, LeBron James is suiting up, Luka is suiting up, and Austin Reeves is suiting up. So we're like, okay, well, they're taking initiative. Like Beto said, he came on our show, the DeMarco and Travis Afternoon Show, and said, why not? You're rolling right now. If you have that momentum, why not? Build off of it. Don't win 7 straight, win 8 straight. Keep on going. How about you win 9? Just keep this momentum rolling and see what you can do and build off every single thing that has been going right for this Lakers team. And then the biggest thing that we have to say is it's actually fun to watch them play. It is actually fun to watch them go out there and actually defend. It is actually great to look on TV and watch LeBron smile when Luka Doncic hits a big time shot. It's always fun to see them get out and run. It's great to see the energy on the bench. They're communicating. It's a fun product of basketball to actually watch and be around. So knowing that on a second night of a back to back, they come out and they play hard. And this is no disrespect, but Luka Doncic has been on a heater through this month, through these past couple weeks. 60-point night for Luka Doncic. 60 points out of 18 for 30 shooting, 9 for 17 from the three-point line, and 15 for 19 from the free throw line. By the way, Luka Doncic, if he just makes some free throws, there's no telling how many more points he can get. But a 60 burger for Luka Doncic against the Miami Heat. And we know the same old narrative as far as Bam Adebayo. I know a lot of people have been taking some heat in regards to his 83-point night. Once again, it's very, very difficult to score that many points in a basketball game. We can all have our own opinions as far as how he got his 83 points and how it wasn't good product of basketball, the way they're fouling him. One thing I couldn't say though, and it's no hate towards Bam. This is no hate towards him whatsoever. Luka Doncic did have 60 points on 30 shots and only had 19 free throws. You know how many free throws Bam Adebayo shot? This is no disrespect. I'm not taking credit away from Bam Adebayo. He shot 43 free throws, shot the ball 43 times. Just saying. Just saying. And that's why a lot of people are like, again, Bam, 83? And you had to go immediately into how did he get those 83 points? Let's not take away. It's still difficult to do that. I think if it wasn't for what happened towards the end of that game for Miami Heat against the Washington Wizards and them constantly fouling and him getting to the free throw line, even though Bam was signaling his teammates, hey, don't foul, don't foul. Still, it happened. He got 83 points. But this is just showing you that this Lakers team, with the expectation that they're going to roll over and probably not come out there against the Miami Heat, and there's 3 stars are not going to come out there and play. No, they did play. LeBron James with another triple double. Austin Reeves still getting his looks. 12 shots, 5 of 12, 18 points, still getting to the lane, still getting to his 1-dribble pull up. He's going to find more rhythm as far as the 3-point ball. I do believe that he's going to be able to knock down some more shots. And then once again, we got to talk about Marcus Smart being that defensive enforcer for this team, being that guy to lead charge, setting the tone, bringing out the most of this team. But there is some stuff in regards to what was the decision leading in to this Lakers team playing against the Miami Heat. Why did they make that choice to do so? And this is Austin Reeves in his post game saying on the reason into why they ended up suiting up, the 3 of them. He said, when LeBron said he was playing, I was like, I can't let a 41-year-old play and I not play. So I signed up to play, and so did Luka. And we went and we grinded the win out. It's not an easy one, especially the pace the way that team plays at. You have LeBron James, and this is not just him stroking his ego. This is just him saying, you know what? Let's build off of this. Hey, as a 41-year-old man, and knowing that where this team is at, and knowing that how I switched up my role, I still need to be LeBron James, but I switched up my role to make sure Luka and Austin Reeves get the most out of their duo. Him understanding that this is a dynamic duo right now in the NBA today, and him saying, you know what? No, I'm going to suit up. And then you have no choice. If LeBron James is suiting up at his age, because he's expected to sit out. Now, Luka and Austin Reeves, it would be totally understandable if they sat out against Miami Heat. But if they were to suit up, it would have been no surprise. But if LeBron James were to sit out, okay, we understand. But him saying, you know what, no, I'm going to play, you have no choice but then, all right, we're going to go out there and compete. We're going to go out there and play. Him and Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic look at each other probably like, you know, it's not going to be a good look on us if he's going out there playing and we sit out. This is a difference from this Lakers team compared to a couple months ago. Remember when they were in that stretch and they were losing to the Magic? They lost to the Phoenix Suns. They were having really bad losses. And we're like, where is this Lakers team at? We don't see this team having any success in the playoffs, which, again, regular season success is going to be different come playoff time. Hopefully this Lakers team can keep this momentum, and hopefully this is sustainable and they can carry this over into the playoffs. But when you're playing basketball at the right time and you're starting to figure out your pieces and you're starting to have guys buy in, DeAndre Ayton, LeBron James, role players buying in, Jake LaRavia, understanding that he might not be shooting the ball well, but you know what? I'm going to crash the glass hard and get every single second chance opportunity to provide to us to get another look. Luke Kennard, I know he's been kind of he's been off his game a little bit from the 3-point line, but him understanding, I got to be able to shoot the open look. But if not, I have that ability to go 1 or 2 dribbles and kick out to my teammates. This is a team that's coming together. I showed you guys that clip in regards to the Houston Rockets game. You see the 2 different benches. Houston Rockets are not playing good basketball right now, and they're going down the wrong direction at this point of the basketball season. We are curious to see what the Lakers are going to do in this tough stretch, and they just keep on proving us wrong. Remember, 8 straight. And we kept on saying, oh, let's see what they do against the Knicks. Let's see what they do against Anthony Edwards. Let's see what they do against Jokic and Jamal Murray. Let's see what they do against Kevin Durant and the Houston Rockets, knowing that they came on Christmas Day and punked them. And they just kept on winning and winning and winning. And not only winning, they're also able to contain the other team's superstars. And once again, you have to keep on looking at this Lakers team. They're getting better defensively. They're doing the things that we thought would hold them back. The defense. And you have to give credit to JJ Redick. We have to give credit for him to understanding how we can make those tweaks, how we can make those adjustments. But this is a great sign to see them actually suit up against the Miami Heat team and telling us and telling the rest of the NBA that we are a team that you probably don't want to match up with right now if we're going to continue to be on this heater. And I see you guys in the YouTube chat. Just take a little break. You guys are saying 60 over 83. Bam could never. And I get it. Luka Doncic's 60-point ball was a little bit different than Bam's, of course. Because we got to remember the way the game was. It was a close game. And I think that's why we have more frustration, because Bam and the Miami Heat, when they played against the Washington Wizards, that game was not close at all whatsoever, especially going down that second half and late into that fourth quarter. This game against the Miami Heat for the Lakers was competitive. So the Lakers needed every single one of Luka Doncic's buckets. Bam, going in that last stretch against the Washington Wizards, they necessarily did not need every single one of his buckets. And 43 free throws, once again, is a lot. Compared to Luka Doncic, he only had 19. Could you imagine if he was to get 43 free throws? Luka Doncic probably would get over 83 himself, or 81. And by the way, Luka Doncic's 60-point game is the first time since the late, great Kobe Bryant's 60-point night in his final and Kobe's finale. First 60-point game by a Laker since Kobe's finale. And the Lakers finally have a guy who can go out there and get a bucket and create opportunities for other. We know Luka Doncic still needs to get better defensively, which I feel like he has gotten better defensively. There's still a lot of room for improvement for him and for Austin Reeves. But we got to look at this Lakers team and be like, damn, 8 straight is just not a joke. 8 straight is for a reason and how they have been playing. And it's really, really crazy because I sat here and was talking to you guys like, I don't really see a real scenario where the Lakers actually go out there and win a first round. I see them actually losing in the first round. No. Once again, they're showing up and they're saying that we can beat these teams. We can contend with the Timberwolves. We can contend with the Houston Rockets. Now, Denver, San Antonio, and Oklahoma City, those may be the teams that Lakers probably want to stay away from come playoff time. But it all comes down to what? Being matchup dependent. All about the matchups. And if we see the Lakers end up being matched up with the Houston Rockets or end up being matched up with the Minnesota Timberwolves, then there can possibly be some success. But this has to be sustainable. And this has to be something where they can carry this momentum into the playoffs. Because we talked about this last season when the Lakers were peaking at the right time. And then once they did get matched up with the Minnesota Timberwolves, problems got exposed. And that's the one thing we have to worry about heading into the playoffs. But to read some more, as far as your stuff in the YouTube chat, Epic Wolf says, AR needs to step it up. He better not disappear in the playoffs. And to answer and to elaborate more into what Epic Wolf said, the Lakers can't afford Austin Reeves to have an Austin Reeves performance like he did against the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Lakers need to have the Austin Reeves who was having an all-star year before he got hurt. Because if there's a moment where Austin Reeves even tends to play like how he did last year in that first round matchup, then Lakers are not going to have any success. he needs to be able to be efficient, but he also needs to be able to hold his own on the defensive end of the basketball court, which is still asking a lot for him. But Epic Wolf, my guy Tim in OC, he is correct. The Lakers are going to need him to have a good postseason in order for this team to have any success in the playoffs. But it doesn't solely rely on him. DeAndre Ayton's going to have to understand that his role, what he's doing, and understanding what he has been helping this Lakers team out, he's got to be able to carry that into the postseason as well. But there's a lot of things we can elaborate more on in regards to this Lakers team. But before we do, got to take a little break and let my partners at Pachanga give you guys a quick word.
At Pachanga Resort Casino, you can rock and roll, sip and slide, twist and shout. Play your perfect combination at Pachanga Resort Casino, official Indian gaming sponsor of the Lakers.
Oh my goodness, I am sorry. March Madness is here, and your boy picked Santa Clara and freaking Kentucky. Hit a half-court shot to tie the game up to send it to overtime, and your boy is a little bit hot right now. Damn. And I know, I'm sorry, this is Lakers talking, David, but March Madness is here. Your boy had to look up on the screen right now and just see that damn half-court shot that just happened. If you guys are not tuned into March Madness, you should, because this is a great, great time to be at. What a shot. Wow. But anyways, back to the Lakers. Someone told me about Santa Clara. I picked them for a reason because Kentucky always fumbles the bag come March Madness, but they're just keeping on hanging in here in this damn game. But anyways, back to the Lakers and back to them being on their 8-game winning streak and seeing what the Lakers are doing. And you guys are asking as far as how far can the Lakers go? And are they actually contenders and stuff like that? I think they're proving it right here in this 8-game stretch that they are contenders. I think they're proving it that they can possibly be out of the first round. We all see the likely scenarios. The standings are still close. This team can possibly fall in as far as into the play-in, or they can possibly fall in and be the top 3 seed in the Western Conference. And I think that is why these teams are playing. They played last night against the Miami Heat because they know what's at stake. They know what they can do. They know that if they keep on having this and winning, all of a sudden they get a 3 seed, you get a home court advantage, and you get matched up against a team that you've been having success against. Who knows? Who knows? But at this time, they are playing good basketball, and that's what we need to be focusing on right now. Now, seeing some more news in regards to the Lakers and seeing some more numbers. If we always been talking about Lakers as far as in the clutch and how those clutch games and how they won those clutch games, and we understand that those clutch games were against teams that the Lakers shouldn't even be in games like that against. However, looking at the recent opponents and how they have been having clutch games against the Nuggets, the Rockets, and they seem to find ways to win those games. Miami Heat, for example, last night, as it was going neck and neck and down to the wire in the last 5 minutes, the Lakers were still able to build and actually find a way to win games like that. This is a credit to the Lakers team. The Lakers lead the NBA in clutch defensive efficiency, holding opponents to a league low 35% field goal in the final 5 minutes of close games. And this is, again, despite the narratives of Luka, LeBron James, and Austin Reeves, these numbers are numbers. And we always want to go by data, and we always want to go by actual stats. The stats are right there. And we always had concerns with this Lakers defense and the fact that they're holding opponents to a league low 35% in the clutch just goes to show you that, hey, maybe that zone that JJ Redick draws up is working. Because why? Because guys are actually rotating the right way. Remember, we see this Lakers team get caught ball watching defensively, guys able to get in and out of the paint. How many wide open 3-point balls we're able to see opponents get? That has not been the case. We actually see them contesting shots. And I know the Houston Rockets game, as far as that one that I do want to elaborate on, is how they were getting second chance opportunities. But in those final 5 minutes, JJ Redick came in the bench, in a huddle, in a timeout, drawing up stuff, and LeBron James being vocal, Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, every single body in that team getting in a collective group and actually communicating leads to numbers like this and leads to 8 straight victories. It can be LeBron James changing his role. It can be DeAndre Ayton looking himself in the mirror and telling him that he's not that guy. It can be Marcus Smart actually setting the tone defensively. Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves actually buying in and understanding that maybe if you do play good defense, you can this team and the sky's the limit for this team. By the way, Luka Doncic having that 15 technical foul. Let me know if you guys disagree with this. But ever since he's gotten that 15th technical foul, he has no choice but to run his ass back. And what was hurting this Lakers team? Him bitching at the referees, arguing about a call that, okay, it's 50-50, man. You're not going to get every single call. And ever since he received that 15 technical foul, he literally has to like look at the rest and be like, and just run his ass back. When you're back at getting in transition, teams can't run and score. And maybe I'm wrong, but I do feel like him worrying about and having to get those and having to worry about if he does get that 16th technical foul, knowing that he's going to be suspended for a game, and especially at this point of the season, I think it's helping this Lakers team out, honestly. But to help me elaborate more on this Lakers team, haven't talked to this guy in a minute. It's about time he comes on to Lakers Talk Daily, and I do believe that he has something that he wants to tell me. Is my guy John ready to talk with me in regards to this Lakers team?
I
John
was
John.
born ready, brother.
John. Now, am I
Yeah.
wrong? Am I wrong about this Lakers team? Are they peaking and playing good basketball at the right time compared to other teams in the Western Conference, the Rockets, the Timberwolves? Like,
Mm-hmm.
this team is playing good basketball and it's fun to watch. And it's the way that they're winning. Remember, it's the way that they are winning these games as well. It started off on the defensive end of the
Mm-hmm.
basketball court. It started off by figuring out the spacing, the ball movement, the player movement. Every single thing that we come out here and complain about, every
Mm-hmm.
single thing on the guys in the YouTube chat complain about. But they have made those adjustments, and it's good to see. Am I wrong about this?
D, I think you're hitting the nail on the head, bro. It's such a beautiful thing to see this team like just gelling at the perfect time. The synergy is beautiful. You talked about Aiton looking in the mirror saying, I'm not that guy. Him buying in, Luka, not, excuse my language, but bitching, getting back on defense, not, arguing with the refs and giving up fast break layups. And JJ really seems to have a great handle on this team.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I'm really, really high on him. I think he's probably going to be the coach for the Lakers' foreseeable future, I would hope. I don't think we need to, we've done these 2-year, 3-year stints with all these coaches. I think it's time we have a guy in for a while and build a culture. And of course, man, Luka, man, just
A
like
60 burger, John.
the 60 ball and the way he does it is so smooth, it's so nonchalant, it's so efficient. It's so suave. That's the word that I think of when I think of Luka Doncic. Just calm with it. Just get into his spot, little step back, little you try to speed him up. Oh, what? I got
And,
just
and that's
calm with
it.
it. You
Isn't that the beauty too? That like you would think if you speed him up, you'll be able
Mhm.
to have some success defensively, right? No, you can't speed
Mhm.
him up. He's too strong too, 6'8".
He's strong, dude. He's strong, he's big, and he's at that time in his career, like, entering his prime, in his prime. It's just flowing. It just clicks. And he's playing defense out there. Like, there's a lot of talk about, he doesn't play. No, that guy's actually playing defense. It's kind of like that Steph Curry defense where it's more about just making the effort as opposed to like being a lockdown. We don't expect him to be clamping guys up. He's not Drew Holiday,
No.
but just make the effort. Just put a hand out. Just be in the right spot. Just contest the shot. You know what I mean?
And you know what? It's true. It is true because we see them actually, we call this, and you're very aware with this, helping the helper. So when a guy gets beat and you see a guy rotate over to
Mm-hmm.
help DeAndre Ayton, essentially in this moment, and you see another guy because if DeAndre Ayton helps, whose man is open? DeAndre Ayton's man. And
Yep.
Luka Doncic actually getting tip passes and stuff like that. That's a good thing. That means he's being on the right spot at the right time. Now, I really, really wanted to have this conversation with you, John, because our favorite person, Kendrick Perkins, he had an interesting tweet. And I kind of had some pushback on him because he said that Luka Doncic isn't going to be a first team All NBA, and he doesn't deserve to be first team All NBA. Now, hear me out. Hold on. I know. So he tweeted this out
Andrew
last night
Perkins.
after his 60 ball last night. He said, Lakers got into Miami at 4 a.m. this morning, and Luka decides to drop a 60 piece all flats. Very, very funny. I'm gonna have to drop somebody, but he's definitely got me rethinking who's going to be my 5 players for first team All NBA. Okay, now
Don't forget
shout
the
out to
God bless America.
yeah, you're right. God bless America. Yes. Now, now shout out to Tim because Tim sent me this. Tim sent me this as far as Luka Doncic's numbers. Luka
hmm
Doncic, Lakers are the 3rd seed, right?
hmm
33
hmm
points per game, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, and 7 rebounds.
Yeah, yeah.
Shea, 1st seed, 31, 6 assists, and 4 rebounds.
hmm
Luka Doncic, 4 3-pointers made. Shea Gilgeous, only 1.
So
Is that not the numbers to being a first team guy? Am I just tripping
so
here?
I'll take it a step further. First team for sure. I think Luka, especially with Cade Cunningham, unfortunately, with the injury he sustained,
Of course,
definitely
yes.
because he's having a great season. Praying for him.
Mhm.
But I think it opens up a spot for Luka to definitely slide into the first team All NBA. But I'll take it a step further. This guy should really be considered for MVP. Like for real, he's hooping.
Oh,
No, for real. The Lakers are hooping. And he's literally the key reason. And I think like with MVP, in my opinion, take it with a grain of salt. I'm not a pro writer of America, but in my
it's all
opinion,
good.
MVP should come down to obviously your ability. How's the team looking without you? How's the team
Hmm.
looking with you? And
Hmm.
your individual performance. But it's also about moments. Like
Mm.
when you think about Shea's season thus far, don't get me wrong. Shea is having a great season.
Hmm.
He's balling. OKC is obviously, far and away number one in the West, and he's the key reason for that.
Yes.
His biggest moment thus far has been breaking Wilt Chamberlain's 127 game with 20 plus points record. And
Hmm.
that's a huge, that's a great cap in the feather. But when you look at Luka this past 7-8 game win streak, he's just so many big marquee moments. I mean, the 60 burger last night kind of felt like I don't know, we're maybe getting a little too used to it. Like the 60 burger, the 50 ball, like he's just balling and he's just hitting big shots. Like that Rockets game, that shot he hit to ice it, that was a MVP moment. And then the
Hmm.
60 performance yesterday was yet another MVP moment. Like I can call to these things. I don't really know if I can call to a Shea MVP moment thus far this season.
And every single one of the stats that we read off, to your point, where Shea Gilgis has been, is he going to break that 20 points? Is the 20-point streak going to, get,
Mm-hmm.
end up being broken? Is he even going to achieve that? Because there was a moment, and I think it was a game earlier last week, and there were some tweets coming out like, oh, he only has 12 points going into the second half, and everyone was
Mm-hmm.
worried like the streak might be broken, it might be ending, and then he ended up getting the 20-point streak. But to your point, Luka Doncic is putting up 40, 40, 40,
50,
50. Exactly, 50,
60.
60. Yeah, like, and 60, and the 60 is efficient. 15 from
Very efficient.
19 from the free throw line. Like, it's very, very efficient. All right. And I'm not knocking Shea Gilgeous, like you said, but if you look at this Lakers team, if they didn't have Luka Doncic, realistically, their scoring would be in deep trouble. We're being
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
Because AR, there's a moment where AR, especially because Tim and the OC said it, there's times where AR's offense can kind of drift away a little bit. We've
Yeah.
seen it against the Houston Rockets, him shooting 0 of 8. He's still got to shoot it because Lakers need him to be aggressive, which is still a good sign. And then LeBron's not putting up, respectfully, he's not putting up 35, 40 right now.
He had that 30 ball
He
the
didn't
other
have a
night,
30 ball.
though.
He didn't have
Very
a 30
efficient
ball.
30 ball.
Very efficient 30 ball, but his is bully ball. He's going to try to get you, 19 to 20 points. That's where LeBron's game is at right now.
Yeah.
Luka Doncic is give him the rock, and we need to make sure that
He's the powerhouse.
he's a powerhous. He's getting to his
He's the
buckets.
guy. It runs through him. And D, I think you're bringing up excellent points. Kind of a little segue. I just wanted to say this really quickly.
Let's do it.
Um, Rest in peace to Chuck Norris, man. I just
Yes,
wanted to
yes,
kind of throw that out there. American icon, American legend. I wanted to give, this my time on the show. I just wanted to
for
really
sure.
think about him. Beautiful life. I'll never forget him and Bruce Lee in The Way of the Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
So just wanted to say that. Shout out Chuck Norris and shout out Laker basketball.
John, I'm so glad you brought that up, and I appreciate that shout out that you did, man. But I like this, man. I really appreciate it. This is why I gotta have you on, John.
Here, man.
Because you have some, you have some stuff that people in the chat are liking. So yeah, RIP to Chuck Norris, and his legacy will always be will always live on. But sorry, I hate to do this to you guys, but show is coming to an end. Appreciate my guy John for coming on Lakers Talk Daily. Lakers 8 straight wins. They're playing good basketball at the right time. Let's see what they can do against, I'm tired of saying that. Take care of business against the Orlando Magic. Go take care of business against the Detroit Pistons. And hell, end the 6-game road trip because we only thought Lakers would possibly get maybe 4 wins. Hell, they can see themselves possibly getting 5 or maybe 6. We shall see. But for myself, my guys in the back in the social room, appreciate them. Always my guy Tim and John, and you guys in the YouTube chat. I hope you guys have a beautiful weekend. I will be talking to you guys next week, recapping more of the Lakers' beautiful basketball that we are witnessing. As always, we out.